Hello. Are we recording?
Yeah, we're recording.
It's 2020.
2020.
It's almost not 2020
10,
anymore.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Welcome to the last episode of 2020.
The last episode of the Not All Here podcast.
Episode 9.
Of 2020.
Just hearing your voice going, of 2020, like a passing car.
We're recording, right?
Yeah, we're recording. What's going on, y'all? Welcome, like we said, to episode 9 of the Not All Here podcast.
It's been the best year ever.
Man.
No, that was a lie.
Careful when you say that, because people are going to be like, oh my God.
That was sarcasm.
I'm not going to lie to you. We'll get to that a little bit later. But real quick, welcome to the episode 9 of the Not All Here podcast, last episode of 2020. Thank you all for listening, everybody who's listened. And we're really excited for this episode because we're going to cover a bunch of topics. Just to start off real quick, because last time it was so funny, we forgot to introduce ourselves. Easy L.
I am Jettison Bombardier, a.k.a. JRB, the producer.
So welcome, man. We hope that y'all had a great Christmas. Now, I just want to let you know we're talking to you from the past. Because we're recording this on December 22nd because we're going to be going away for Christmas.
We'll be spreading coronavirus.
Oh my God. Here we go. Now they're about to leave comments like, how dare you?
I got tested.
Me too.
Yeah.
And I came back negative.
I haven't came back yet.
Oh wow, he's been gone.
I just got tested.
Okay. But yeah, man. So we hope that y'all had a great Christmas. And then also when y'all celebrate New Year's, man, however you celebrate it, I hope y'all are just chilling at the crib or just, if you have a little bubble with your friends or whoever's there. Hope y'all have a good time. Be safe, responsible when y'all do it. But welcome to episode 9 of the Not All Here podcast. Yeet. So this episode, we wanted it to be a little different. So because it's the end of 2020 and boy, I tell you, 2020 is going to be in the history books.
Oh man.
For all the crazy stuff that happened. We wanted to sort of recap like the best and worst moments of 2020.
Most memorable events of 2020.
Yeah, most memorable events of 2020, whether they be good or bad. But Jay, do you want to start us off with like one of them that you thought that stuck out to you?
Yeah. Even though I don't want to start it negative, but Kobe Bryant passing, that was a
R.I.P.
a shocking
to the Mambo
event. I remember I was sitting on that couch right there, and Silence came in the living room. He was like, "Yo, did you hear?" I'm like, "What?" He said, "They said Kobe Bryant died." I'm like, "What?" Yeah. It was just really shocking and something not expected, gone too soon.
Yeah,
and I feel like the whole world got sad, even people that weren't really basketball fans.
Yeah, it's kind of like he was kind of like one of the athletes, like one of the greatest that we grew up watching. Or even if you didn't really watch basketball like that, you just knew who he was because, I mean, when you balled up some paper and you were like, Kobe, and then, just shoot it, and he was everywhere.
He was a motivational guy, too. Yeah. I feel like since he's passed, there's been hundreds of videos that I've seen just of him saying motivational things or stories or just his work ethic is insane. Yeah. I feel like that's the one thing you think about when it comes to him. Man. His work ethic, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and like just shoot it, like just his, like you were saying, his work ethic when it came to basketball, like the amount of time and effort he put into just practicing over and over and over, just, putting in his 10,000 hours plus. Man.
Also, loss of his daughter and the other people in the helicopter as well. Just a sad thing. It was sad.
I remember I was in my room with my girlfriend and she just randomly like was looking on Twitter and I was just like chilling and she was like, she just randomly got quiet and she was like, Kobe just passed. I was like, huh? Yeah. It was surreal. Yeah. It was kind of like what it kind of reminded me of when, Nipsey passed a little bit. If you were like, what happened? It's because we like everybody who grew up with him, we're kind of like, I want to say late 20s, if not early 30s, so it's kind of like affecting us differently versus like, I don't know if you remember or if even you knew Kobe passing kind of like we feel it different because I don't know if you remember or if you were even like cognizant enough. I don't even know if that's the right word. If you're just aware of like when Biggie and Tupac passed. Yo,
so when Tupac died, that's like my first memory of like hip hop. Yeah. Because I didn't actually know who Tupac was. I was like a kid. And this girl at my school was crying. And I asked why she was crying. And she was like, everybody was like, oh, she's crying because Tupac died. And I'm like, who's that? Is that her cousin?
Oh, like, my God. Yeah, but you didn't know.
I didn't get that people cried over celebrities. I didn't get it.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, why is she crying though? Like, did she know him?
Yeah.
I was so young, I didn't get it.
She was like probably such a big fan. I loved his music, you know. It just, you know, when it's crazy how much reach, you know, he had and just how influential he was that it affected. Because like me, I don't even remember it happening, but I guess that was like before I had really just like delved too deep into hip hop, or I was like always in New York. And like, I don't even remember when Biggie passed. I do remember though when Michael passed. Michael Jackson.
I remember where I was.
I know exactly where I was. Yep. I was working at like a Kroger back home in Arkansas, and then randomly a woman came in. She's like, Michael Jackson passed away. And I was like, huh? And it was like real wild and like real crazy. So it's crazy. But RIP to Kobe, his family, his daughter, and the family that also passed away in the helicopter as well, man. That was like a sad moment.
You want to hit the next one?
Let me see. The next one. Let me hold up.
Well, I'll just say it. Coronavirus.
Oh,
the thing that's impacted the entire world.
Man, and it still is as of this recording.
Hitting the USA harder than anywhere else.
Any other country. Yeah. If you look at all the graphs and all the charts, we're like the.
Well, do you think? I think me and you joked about this earlier, but we said that 2021. Oh. You think it's going to be?
To be honest, no. Yeah, I think
same thing.
I think it's gonna be the same thing because
I think so too, man.
Listen, I think just because if anything has given me any sort of like ability to forecast, seeing how people react to it now, it's like I wish we could all just get on the same page, but that won't happen just because of how we do not like being told what to do.
Well, even with the vaccine, say, you know, they say the vaccine's been out for a while and it is 100% proven to be good. I'm still not even sure if half of Americans are going to take it.
Probably not.
And then if half of Americans don't take it, you know, what happens?
Exactly. And then we're going to have to fight it a little bit more. I think that's what's going to happen, man. I would even, well, I'll probably say this for the second part of the segment when we get there. Like
predictions and stuff?
Yeah. But, man, I feel like I think it'll get better, but before it can get better, it's going to get a little worse.
Ooh.
And I mean, that's that old time saying, it's just going to get a little bit worse. Because right now, it's gotten worse in certain places more than others, especially the U.S., but I think that before we actually get clear of this thing and things kind of feel like they get back to normal where people can go out and about, I think we still have like a little bit of a ways to go. And I think next year is going to be a big, there's going to be moments where you're going to see that, I think. But anyway.
Yeah, I don't even know what else to add to that. I feel like we've already talked about it, and we'll probably be talking about it a lot next year too.
Can you imagine, man? You remember when that first was starting to happen, like in March?
Oh, and we were just like, it's gonna be a lockdown for a month or two.
Yeah, for a month or two, man. This is great. We get to stay home, not do shit, and then next thing you know, motherfucker, it's December. You know, and then also speaking on the coronavirus, whether you take this as a high or a low, that stimulus check, that one check for we got that in like May or something.
I mean, I appreciate the money.
I appreciate it, but if you look at other countries, oh boy, we look real bad compared to them. So hopefully.
So speaking of looking real bad, we can move on to the murder of George Floyd.
Oh boy, we are on a bunch of downs.
Protests all over America. Oof. Not a good
man. Can you like talk about like the perfect storm?
Yeah,
you know, just like all the crazy stuff that just like happened, and it's the timing of it is so wild. You know, like for the unjust like murder of George Floyd and everything, and all the protests and everything happening. It's so wild.
I remember when the protests happened, I was glued to the TV. And I remember some of y'all were like criticizing me and fussing at me just for watching it so much.
Yeah.
But it's like I felt like it was a moment that I had never seen where cities were protesting, rioting, things were burning all over the country, and it's just a wild moment in America.
Yeah. I think, and it's funny, but like, or excuse me, it's not funny. It's like, it's interesting because like to me, it reminded me of the marches that happened like 2 years ago or a year ago for Philando Castile and all that, where there was burning. They were in front of the CNN thing. They were burning shit down, cop cars and stuff. And it reminded me of the time like, man, this is like we're seeing this again.
Yeah, this one was bigger. It was had a bigger impact.
Man, maybe I feel like I don't know if it did for me because I was in the marches that were like a year or two ago.
Oh yeah, you were taking pictures.
Taking pictures and being in those crowds was like really wild.
Right.
And like just the energy and like the anger and people wanting justice and stuff like that. This one, like I knew it was big, but I think what also made it really big was you had everything else added on top of it, like coronavirus and all these things, and like, but then I could see how like maybe it would be bigger just because it was like happening all over like the States, across in Europe.
Yeah, I mean other countries around the world were out in the streets. Crazy.
It was super wild, man, super wild, and so
do we? It's not good to predict stuff like this, but 2021. Do you think there's going to be kind of a repeat of that? Something wild's going to happen, man. I hope not.
Anything that can happen will happen.
Yeah.
Or is happening. So I feel like, man, I don't know. It's hard to predict. Like, and like you're saying, I don't know if we even should predict. We shouldn't even predict something like that. I mean, like I said, I think that something like that might happen just because if we ever want to correct like this system or like break it down, we're gonna like I said earlier, like before it gets better, it's gonna get worse. That's just like the simple truth for me anyway. Even though I am hopeful that things will get better, it's just gonna take a lot of work, you know. But that's just what I see.
So Chadwick Boseman passed.
Boy, we are on nothing but downs. We have yet to name it up.
We can name it up next.
Okay. But yeah, R.I.P. Chadwick
That was
Boseman.
very unexpected.
That was very unexpected, and it's crazy to hear that like he was suffering for like a while.
Yeah,
like, he had kept that real low key.
It even brought to light like things that jokes people had been playing on him, or just memes, stuff like that, where pictures of him looking tired, and people would say, "Oh, look how tired he is of doing the what is it, the Wakanda salute?"
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
And who knows? He was probably like hurting, like he's like it was taking a toll on his body.
And then there's all the pictures and videos of him like visiting children's hospitals and
just all
those kind of hit,
trying to make them smile and make their days brighter, and then everybody. It kind of, I think that like unfortunately, like man, it was sad to see him pass away, but I think because of what happened, hopefully it put perspective in people's eyes to be like, well, nobody really knows what anybody's going through at the end of the day, unless it's only that person that knows,
right?
And you kind of have to be careful because the internet is basically a place where people go to try to make jokes, troll or whatever, but hopefully that puts into perspective like how much like people go through that others don't know,
and he was putting in hard work at the same time.
He was doing so many movies, and just working.
Yep, I feel like he really left like a legacy for his acting career. I think he was trying to go out on top. Yeah,
and I'm pretty sure he was doing a lot of that too, so that way his family could be okay, know, and his and then hopefully like his immediate family and just whoever, he was like, okay, I need to be able to leave something,
Yeah.
And so, R.I.P. to Chadwick Boseman, man.
So a positive topic: Biden won. Sleepy Joe won.
Oh boy, there's some people like that's not positive, but anyway.
Well,
but I know what you're saying. Trump lost. Sleepy Joe won the election, and now everybody's just waiting for him to get inaugurated into the office, and then just get rid of Donald Trump.
Now let's see if things get run better.
Yeah,
I think there will be more clear messaging, especially when it comes to coronavirus, because with Trump it's just kind of like, hey, states do whatever you want, who knows, we don't know. So maybe when Biden gets in, he's gonna say, hey, states do this, and maybe the states will do that. We'll see.
I could see that. So that was good, just because like I said, Trump was basically a lot of things. What more than anything that I'm happy Biden won, but like also it was a realization like people tend to forget like there's still a lot of ugliness like as far as like in America still alive today. Like what people thought, like this is all gone or whatever. But it's like, and like Trump, to me, he was kind of like the face of that. He kind of, it was like, yeah, do whatever you want. I'm gonna say this, say that, say this controversial thing. But I'm glad that Joe won, because hopefully, I mean, this is the system that we're in. Hopefully, I think things will get better, and like we'll be able to get rid or do the best that we can to fight coronavirus. Hopefully, we get people who are not able to work, get more stimulus. We just get something else to help us until we can recover and get back on our feet.
Yep. So I feel it.
Yeah.
Also, more president talk. Kanye West.
Oh yeah.
He ran for president.
Man, what a. Didn't he say he's going to try to run in 2024?
Probably. You gonna vote for Kanye?
No, I'm not voting for Kanye.
Would you go to a Kanye rally just to hear it?
No.
Honestly, I might go to. I'm interested just to see the spectacle.
That's
the part of me that likes to watch the world burn. I would kind of want to just go to. Let me see what's going on over here.
This is what's gonna happen. What? You're gonna go to a Kanye rally, and then you can come back. You know what? He's actually got some good ideas.
I'm gonna join his cult.
Oh my god, that's like my whole thing. Like no, like. Sure, let Kanye run because, one, he has the ability to do that. But it's like, man, look at your track record. You don't have any work experience in...
I don't know, bro. He's out there with the people. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but he's saying a lot of nonsense. I love him as a musician. Yeah. I love him as a musician and a creative. He's made some amazing things. But I feel like maybe that's what he was made for, just to create things.
Create policies. Create government systems.
Create the terminology for the policy, maybe, but not the policy. But
okay, streaming platforms explode, and COVID changes the entertainment industry. By explode, I mean grow in
exponentially.
Yes.
Okay.
We don't really go to the movies anymore. Maybe movie theaters are going to be done.
Man,
everything's going to be streaming.
I love the movies.
Also, will there still be giant blockbuster, big budget movies moving forward? I think not.
What makes you say that?
Because the way budgets go. So back in the day, they could invest $200 million in a big budget movie. But those big budget movies get paid from ticket sales. It's not the same thing when stuff goes straight to Netflix. Stuff that goes on Netflix, the budgets are way lower. Those are like summer blockbuster films like Jurassic Park, like, these movies that cost hundreds of millions of dollars. I don't think they're going to be around anymore.
Man, I think I see that like line of thinking. Like I can see it, but I disagree just because I think that. What am I trying to say? I think that people are going to want to see those things, whether they be in the movies or not. Now, this is what I think, though. I think that there might be a period of time where maybe like not as many are being made, but I think that there's going to be a resurface of them.
But people want to see them. Of course, people love them and want to see them, but they're not financially
viable.
Yes, the studios aren't going to be able to create them anymore.
See, you say that. But I think that they're gonna find a way to make it viable.
I don't know.
Because I mean, did you see what Warner Brothers is doing?
What?
Where all their movies that were set to release in 2021, they're releasing it like next month. Like all of them on HBO Max.
Really?
Yeah, they're doing that way because I think they're pivoting right now.
So these are movies that were already created, already shot.
Yep, already shot. Like that's why on Christmas Day, Wonder Woman's going to be able to be streamed.
That's the death of the big blockbuster right there.
I don't think so.
They're not going to be in theaters.
I think they're not going to be in theater. But I think they're still going to be able to make blockbusters. But I think that. Because to me, a blockbuster, like, I think they're just going to be like, okay, what's the new movie theater? That's what they're going to try to... Netflix. So if they do it like that or streaming, or they're going to be like, you know what? We got it better because they're going to be like, let's create our own streaming service. And that's where we're going to charge money to even be able to watch these movies on a monthly thing. And then they'll probably be able to generate more money.
What they should do is just drop the movie on Netflix, but you got to pay like $5 to watch the movie.
Well, I think that's what they're doing now.
As a built-in on Netflix.
Well, I don't think they want.
They're just going to do their own service.
Yeah, I think that's what they're going to do.
That makes sense.
Because that's what Wonder Woman's doing. You have to like get the HBO Max app, and that's the only way you can watch it. But I don't know. I think maybe in about a year or two, I think movie theaters will probably be back, or maybe we'll go back to drive-ins. Maybe that way.
I think it's done.
No,
that's my crazy prediction.
I feel it. I could see that. I still believe
it's done. Moving on, wildfires in Australia, the Amazon rainforest, and also California burned a lot this year.
That's so crazy. I had seen that, and I was like, that was this year?
Yes, that was this year.
Was that like early? Like January? February?
So they were at different times.
Okay.
I forget exactly when. Australia might have been earlier in the year, then the rainforest, then California was last.
Okay.
And I feel like California wasn't that too far ago, because I remember those pictures hitting social media where the sky was just red. It was just wild looking.
Yeah, I remember seeing some photos like on Complex IG, and I was like, holy crap, this is what it looked like.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's almost, I think they were able to manage it, but I think it's still on fire. Like,
really? California?
Yeah, but I don't think it's to the degree of what it started at.
Yeah.
You know?
I think Australia had like historic fires. And then the Amazon rainforest, I feel like that was under the radar.
Yeah.
But they had the worst fires in a decade. And I lost my stats on it. I had good stats on it. But yeah, stuff was on fire.
It's crazy, like all this happening just in 1 year. It makes you think, like, it almost makes you think, because I think all of this is perspective. It makes me think, like, I wonder what was like the bad things that happened the year before this.
Oh, you know? what screwed up happened in 2019?
Like
that's a good question.
Yeah, like I wonder, because I guess it, like, this is crazy because we're living it right now. Right. You know,
I had to get 4 new tires in 2019.
I think me too. I think me too. For when I was able to go back home.
That was the worst thing that happened in 2019. I had to get 4 new tires.
Yeah. I wonder. Oh well. But anyway.
Okay, moving on. We'll come to maybe some smaller stories, but still
crazy year.
Yeah. So, do you remember we started out this year making World War III jokes?
Oh, yeah.
This year started out with tons of memes about World War III starting. I feel like that's a funny way to start 2020.
Wow.
Donald Trump ordered a drone strike on an Iranian general, and we thought shit was about to hit the fan. And then everybody was just joking about nuclear bombs, and everybody was like, yo, if shit really hits the fan, all these memes, we're just memeing it up.
I know we're memeing it up, about to burn up. Like, what the hell?
Yeah.
That's crazy, the irony in that. That's so funny.
That's how the year started. I completely forgot about that. Trump tried to ban TikTok, and then I don't know what happened. He tried to, and then it didn't.
He was trying to ban it, and they were telling. I think he was telling them, "Hey, the only way we're gonna let you like still be in the U.S. is if a American company buys you instead of like a Chinese company."
But then what happened?
I think an American company bought them, or they were just like, they fought it in court, and then Trump lost, I think. Something to that effect, I think.
Tiger King happened.
That was this year?
Joe Exotic and Carol Baskins.
I haven't seen the documentary. I didn't watch it.
What?
Yeah, because it didn't seem exciting to me. I didn't care.
Bro.
It was like, Tiger King, I don't care.
Do you not understand excitement and how it works?
But what kind of value do these people have in my life?
You have a gay man, tigers... And you just throw it in a pot and just watch what happens. It's amazing.
Yeah, but what's the value? We're like, if I spend
entertainment, bro.
Yeah, but I think I was entertained with like other things, but I get it. I get it. But that's so funny. But I do remember seeing a bunch of memes and stuff.
Do yourself a favor and watch Tiger King.
I probably won't. I'm sorry.
You disappointed me. I'm so disappointed right now.
Bro. It's just not that exciting. I didn't really care. I'm sorry.
All right, let's move on.
Let's move on.
I'm so disappointed. Macaulay Culkin turned 40.
Well, I'm old.
How old do you feel?
I'm very old because I remember watching Home Alone and Home Alone 2 and Home Alone 3. No, he wasn't in 3. He was only in 1 and 2, I think.
They made a 3 without him?
Yeah, but it was a different kid. They went back to a young kid and different people who were different robbers or whatever. But I remember... Man, because I remember, I'm not gonna lie, when I was young, it seemed so cool, because he was stuck at home and he was like, I get to do what I want. As a kid, you're like, hell yeah. And then he's just like, oh, wait a second. This is a scary place. Like, that's crazy because now, like, it really puts things into perspective. I think it puts things into perspective of like, oh boy, like he turned 40. Yeah. I'm like, bro, shit, I'm not young no more. Well, I'm still young, but I'm like, we're getting old.
Moving on. Lil Wayne endorsed Donald Trump.
I remember that. I think when he did that, some people were saying that was like a power play.
I saw that something positive for him happened after that. Yeah. I don't remember what it is. And then
supposedly they were saying that he actually was just paid to take that photo.
Really?
And endorse him, supposedly.
Wow.
Because he was like, yo, I'll make money. He's like, yeah, sure, you want me to take a picture? Whatever, I don't care. And he'd made like a few million off of that.
What? Yeah. I don't know if I believe that.
I swear.
I need to see the receipt on that.
I need to find the receipt. I'll find it. Return it.
Lil Pump also endorsed Trump. And then news came out he didn't even vote. He did not vote.
But did you see what is it?
Where he brought him up on stage?
Yeah,
Little Pimp,
little Pimp, my little guy, come up here, like
that was so Pimp. Embarrassing.
That's so funny. And then he didn't even vote. That's so funny. He was just doing it for the money. It's like and then it probably got more eyes. He's using it as a publicity stunt.
All right, moving on. The Pentagon released UFO footage, and they did not say it was aliens, but they admitted that this footage exists and it is unidentified objects, which normally they will never admit anything of that. And this news maybe went a little bit under the radar. It was released on the same day Trump suggested injecting bleach may help with COVID.
Oh, boy. I tell you, sometimes I wonder if I was born in the right place, because sometimes I wonder the intelligence of man.
I think you just need some bleach.
No.
Help you out?
That's the dumbest. But that's crazy that like they were like, yep, there's UFOs. But this is the thing though, that it's funny that you brought that up, because I was thinking about this today, listening to a podcast that was talking about Bob Lazar, the guy with the UFO Area 51 guy. And I was like, well, when like a government says UFO, they don't necessarily mean aliens. It's just unidentified.
Right.
They don't know what it is.
Right.
So I'm just like, oh, well, I was like, but I guess we've associated it so much in like movies and stuff to think aliens.
But what could it be? It's not a bird.
It's not a plane.
It's not a plane.
It's not Superman.
It's not Superman. Damn, I mean, your options are pretty slim besides picking alien. I mean, well, is it?
I think the easiest option for me is just to let scientists figure that out, because I'm like, well, I don't know what it is. I mean, I'm not smart enough to figure it out.
So his have you seen that documentary on Netflix?
Bro, I watched like 10 minutes and I got bored.
Okay, same exact thing happened with me. I tried to watch it. The first 10 minutes were awful. I'm like, screw this. But then I came back to it. And it gets a lot better.
You're like, whoa.
There's something called Element 51 or 52.
Yeah, I heard about that.
And they talk about it. Bruh, listen. After they shoot the footage, they get raided by the FBI the next day. It's on camera. Dude, they got bugs on that guy. They're listening to that guy, yo.
No,
I know I sound like
bust his door down.
I know I sound like a conspiracy nut, but there's something there, yo.
It might be. I'll just wait till they show up.
The first 5 minutes of that footage is so terrible, though. Do you see him in the background on that mountain?
Yeah, I hate it so much. That's what made me not finish it. I was like, this is so dumb.
Same, but like, I went back to it.
I feel it, but I'll just wait till the aliens pull up, and then I'll be like, okay, now we can actually get this going.
Moving on to more important news. Taco Bell got rid of the Mexican pizza.
You want to know something?
How dare you, Taco Bell?
I never had one.
Are you even Mexican? How dare you?
Yeah, no.
Are they appropriating your culture?
They are. Well, I feel like
Taco Bell is.
It's Tex-Mex, isn't it? Not Tex-Mex. It's
I don't know.
It's just Americanized what they thought. Yeah, Mexican this is what Mexicans eat: a taco, tortilla, and then they add a gordita.
Bro, I love the Mexican pizza, and I haven't been back since Taco Bell.
Damn. Taco Bell, what if they reach out and DM us like,
I'm true to my word, Taco Bell.
They're going to be like, Jerb,
I haven't been back.
We'll give you 100 free tacos if you come back.
Oh, wait, I'm lying. I did go back because they gave out free food.
Here you go.
I only came back to con you, Taco Bell.
Bell.
I took your food for free.
Taco Bell, hit us up in the DMs, bro. Give us like a lifetime supply of like a taco a day.
Only if you bring back Mexican pizza, though.
Oh, what if they were like, we heard you, Jeremy. We're bringing back the Mexican pizza.
Yeah, I think that's
I know we're missing like a few highlights here and there.
I think we are.
Cause I know, what is it?
You got any?
No, I'm trying to think off the top of my head.
Stimulus check. Did we talk about that?
Yeah, we talked at the 1,200. Now they passed another one. You know, people are supposed to get 600 to last until 2023. But
Here you go.
Yeah, but that and I don't know. It's like it's. I'm trying to think if they're. Oh, I mean, Lakers won.
Oh, you know, LeBron won another championship with the Lakers.
The Lakers, it was crazy. Man, did you? If I remember, I saw some stuff on like how the bubble was like what they did to like keep it as safe as possible. It's so crazy how they were able to pull that off.
Oh, really?
Yeah, just because like people who were in the bubble, they're like, look, you can't leave the bubble. You got to stay here in Disney World,
right?
Because that's where it's at. And all the people who were like the chefs and the cooks who had to like feed every single player like on a daily basis. It's crazy how much like time and effort went into that. It was like super wild, but. Shout out to LeBron. Went on another ring, another championship. I'm trying to think. Like
J-Lo and Shakira performed at the Super Bowl.
That
seems like a long time ago, right?
It does, man.
That was this year?
Man, shout out to Shakira and J-Lo. I had a crush on Shakira back in the day.
I don't even remember who won the Super Bowl. The Chiefs? Did Patrick Mahomes?
Yeah, it was Patrick Mahomes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, shout out to the Chiefs.
Congrats, man.
They might go back again, maybe. I haven't been watching football, though, so I don't know.
So... those are the things that we wrote down that happened this year. If we missed anything, don't judge us. I apologize.
Just drop us in a comment of like, how could you forget my tomato falling on the ground? You know, just drop a comment because I know we definitely forgot some stuff. And look, the year's not even over yet. Something could happen between the day that we record this and December 31st.
World War III?
No, maybe World War V, but we're skipping ahead.
Okay, so now we are going to move on from things that happened to things that are going to happen.
Oh.
We're making 2021 predictions.
I'm going to put some like music in here.
Okay, so disclaimer, these are unlikely predictions that probably won't happen, but if they do happen, we will look like geniuses.
Yeah, we will.
Okay.
We're throwing like darts, like in the dark. We're just trying to see if something lands on something.
So there will be a #1 Billboard song. This is going to be the male version of WAP. It's going to be named Big Ass Dick, and it's going to be called Bad.
Bad. Wow.
#1 record.
We look. By the time you record, we should have already made this song. Like this song, like bro, we could blow up next year if we make this song. But
#1 record 2021.
I never even thought of that. I could actually see that happening. That's a good prediction. I could actually see that. And then they're like, "Wow, this is the male response to WAP."
Okay.
Like, that's funny.
Terrible prediction, but it's my prediction. 2021 will be at least half as bad as 2020.
I could see that.
Minimum half as bad.
That sounds reasonable.
Yeah.
Like I could definitely see that because I think like I said before, I think it's gonna get a little bit more worse. And then I think by the end of next year, I think what we'll be like, oh, I'm so glad this is over.
Oh, I can't wait for 2022.
I can't wait for 2022, and then it gets even worse.
Okay. Donald Trump will actually surprisingly go away peacefully, but will be replaced by a new far radical right person, Ellen DeGeneres.
Wait, what the fuck? Hold on. Ellen's gonna run for president?
She's gonna be worse than Trump.
You think so?
Yeah.
I heard she's kind of a jerk.
Yeah.
You know, but I mean, it's not illegal to be a jerk. You know,
everyone loves her.
Do they?
But there's a dark side we don't know about.
And then like this is where you cut to like a picture of her smiling, how she does. You know, that's funny.
Okay, I'm just being goofy with those. Okay, Danny Lay will have a #1 hit record in 2021.
I think I heard you talk about this or say this.
I'm on the Danny Lay fan club. I love her. I actually haven't listened to her last album, but watch.
Oh, here we go.
She's gonna have a #1 record in 2021.
Wow. I could see that because she's kind of like doing the whole, like she goes back and forth because, you know, she's Dominican. Mm-hmm. And so she's trying to go into like the Latin realm too. Mm-hmm. You know, she sees like, oh, hey, there's some room for me here. You know, and I think that I could see that her having like a #1 record next year.
Okay, moving on. Mm-hmm. LeBron James will repeat with the LA Lakers, but will not win Finals MVP.
Man, these sound like reasonable predictions. Okay, because I'm trying to think. Because the season's actually starting today.
Well, my first couple ones were unreasonable, so now I'm moving into
okay, got you. Now that's starting to make more sense.
Regular territory. Anthony Davis is going to win MVP, Finals MVP.
Oh, okay.
Kyrie Irving will have his best season yet, despite all the criticism and him acting strange at times. Best season yet.
Man, you know what? I actually believe that because I saw some highlights of KD when he came back. Mm-hmm. Oh boy, they're problems. That's a problem right there.
Could be. As long as they don't get Harden. I think Harden's going to screw all that up.
Bro, did you see, this is so funny, you saw that meme of Harden? They're like, Harden's an anomaly, where it shows him when like he's super skinny. And then that one photo, he's like real big. You're like, yo, what the hell? Like this dude just goes back and forth.
There's been a lot of news about him recently, where they say he's kind of a destructive person in Houston. They say he makes the rules. They say when they go on road trips, they stay an extra day in cities that Harden wants to stay in. That he runs the team and runs the schedule. And that's why Chris Paul wanted out and Westbrook wanted out.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, he's gotten too powerful.
Yep.
That's wild. I believe it though.
Moving on. A major artist will diss Drake that hasn't dissed him yet, and it might backfire. Somebody's gonna diss Drake.
I mean, doesn't that happen every day?
I don't know.
I don't know about that one, but I mean, anything's possible.
All right, moving on. Bruno Mars will drop a smash out of nowhere and take over the charts again.
Wow, you just remind me that he exists. You just because he's been gone for a minute.
Bruno's powerful.
Oh, Bruno.
He's gonna smash it from out of nowhere, bro.
I can say that him and Cardi B drop another hot record
called Bad.
Wow. You know, that's actually would be smart as hell if they dropped a song called Bad and Cardi was like, she was on the song. They were like, bruh, she about to eat twice.
If they do this, I'm gonna be mad. I want some publishing. Okay, McDonald's will partner with Justin Bieber for the Bieber burger.
With the way they're going now, they did the Travis Scott burger. They did the J Balvin burger. You said Justin Bieber?
The Bieber burger.
The Bieber. The Bieber.
The McBeeb.
The Burr Bieber. I don't know. Yeah, I could see that.
Okay. Chance the Rapper will switch his sound up and make a record with Taylor Swift that will make his fans even more confused.
I don't know about that. I don't know.
I'm saying so many things. One of these things is going to happen.
Or none of them.
Kendrick Lamar will drop an album
finally
that has trap influence and sound, but will have real life social issues subject matter.
Isn't that him every album?
More so this time.
Oh, okay. I mean, that's what To Pimp a Butterfly and Damn.
But Pimp a Butterfly wasn't really trap. I'm talking about like
the production
trap
style
sound.
I feel like that was Damn a little bit.
Kinda.
But this is gonna be all trap.
I don't know.
Oh.
I'm just throwing something out there.
Okay.
Kanye West will retire from rap and then unretire a month later.
You know what? I feel like that's happened this year. No.
Did it?
He's like, I got to run for presidency. And then I'm like, well, I couldn't do it. Let me get back to rapping. But I could see that too.
Okay.
Kanye's getting to that age.
All right. I just went through a ton of predictions.
Boy.
I'm going to put you on the spot right now.
I feel like I had one. Oh, one of my likely predictions. I think we're going to have another lockdown. But I think that it's not going to last as long. It's still going to be an outlet. Just because I say it doesn't not last a long time doesn't mean it's not going to feel long. Because I think that when Biden gets in, a lot of stuff is going to get implemented. And they're going to be like, listen, you got to do this shit or you're going to jail. But because Kamala's going to be like, I'm going to lock you up. But I think a lot of precautions, people will like, I think all the Trump people will still be around, but I think that they're going to be less vocal a little bit just because they're like, well, Trump's gone, you know? I think that Trump will come back to reality TV.
Oh, wow.
And I think he will get out of politics because he's like, I'm ready to get the hell out of here. This was never supposed to happen.
TV.
I think he's going to have another TV reality show because I think that his people who love him are going to watch him, and he's going to have bring back The Apprentice and be like, I'm going to show you how to run a country.
I listened to a podcast that said the most amazing move for Trump would be to start a news network. Ooh. They say he could take over Fox News because Trump is more right than Fox News at this point. And all the people that love Trump are kind of out on Fox News at certain times. So there's like a gap there, and they say he could crush Fox News, supposedly. I don't know.
Oh, what would his news network name be?
Trump News. Everything about him is named Trump.
True. It's time for the Trump
TV.
Trump TV. TTV. There was something else I was going to say. I think that
my prediction on him is he's going to fade away, and none of us will expect that. And he's just going to go chill on an island.
You think so?
I don't think that's going to happen, but I think it's going to happen because I don't think it's going to happen. Does that make sense?
I think I caught you. I got lost for a second. I was like, wait a second. I think that I was just about to say, this is my bold prediction. I know you're not going to agree with me here.
What?
I think that Clubhouse is going to disappear.
I think you're wrong.
See, you didn't even let me finish. This is the reason why.
All right, let me hear it.
Because I think towards the end of the year, we'll be able to go back out and have like regular parties and like regular get-togethers and stuff like that.
But do the people that do that, do they even sit on Clubhouse every day?
Yep. I'm going to tell you why. Because in Clubhouse, they have like these rooms that are like basically like reality TV rooms, and they have all these like party rooms. And did you see that room that was like $300 to the man that can moan the best?
I think Malcolm was telling me something about it, but I wasn't paying attention.
And so I think that's the culmination of people who are the extroverts and like they love going out and they're like, we got to figure out a way how to do this. So I think what'll happen is Facebook will buy Clubhouse. I think they will buy them, or Twitter will try to buy them.
I don't think it's going anywhere.
I think
it's going to get bigger and bigger.
I saw a tweet yesterday. This is really random besides my prediction. This is going to be a little interruption right here.
What?
A tweet that was basically kind of chiming and saying what you had been saying, where it was like, you know what? Only in Clubhouse can you go and get game on stuff. And I remember I looked at that tweet and I was like, this is the dumbest tweet I've ever seen, because I disagreed so much. Because I was like, how am I supposed to get this information that I need if I can't find it, if it's not showing me?
What do you mean? I don't understand what you're saying.
The way the tweet was worded, I might be miswording this, but it was like, you get a lot of game on Clubhouse. They were talking about like, and it was a music type of person who was tweeting it.
Yeah.
And I was like, I see what you're saying, but like the time spent in order to get said game is too much for me. Like sitting through a whole conversation and like just to see like, oh, I got one gem. I'm like, okay.
Well, I think me and you had this conversation before where I look at it as entertainment. So if you're staring at your cell phone, if you're scrolling on Instagram, you could be on Clubhouse and okay, maybe you do have to sit there for an hour, but it's entertainment. But if you accidentally get some gems while you're consuming entertainment, that's kind of a positive thing.
I can see that.
Versus scrolling on Instagram and just double tapping on booty pictures, you know what I mean?
True, but I feel like for me, Clubhouse also, it kind of reminds me of like I had told you before, like classrooms where people, some of them are in a classroom and you're learning something, but I feel like Instagram's way better at it than Clubhouse is, because at least on Instagram, if you want to give information away, you're just directly giving it away.
But I think there's not a genuine connection there. That's the difference. When I'm on Will Smith's Instagram, I love Will Smith. Oh, this video's funny. Oh, this picture's funny. I double tap it. There's no connection there. If I'm on Clubhouse, I can actually ask Will Smith a question. I can sit here voice to voice and be like, yo, Will, I love you. What do you think of this? And then you actually get a response.
Man, I still don't get it. Like, it's still like, I'm just like, why? Like, I think, well, maybe I'd have to like change it to basically what like I want, basically. Like if I wanted, you know what, how do I EQ this kick and this bass together? Like, how do I make sure that they both punch through the mix? I could probably find a YouTube video that'll probably help me with it quicker than I can to wait in a chat with Clubhouse.
But your YouTube video is going to be some random person on YouTube. The guy on Clubhouse, you're going to be like, yo, this guy mixed Rihanna's latest hit single. This is the actual guy. I can actually talk to this guy not one-on-one. It's a room. But it's like, it's more of a connection there.
I guess the reason why I say it is I feel like I guess now that I'm thinking about it, the reason why I don't like it that much is because I feel like he's not the only one with the answers. Like
he's not, but why are you criticizing trying to get the answers from him?
Because then it kind of feels like gatekeeping a little bit, where it's like he's the only one that you need to go to. He's going to have more knowledge, but I'm like, well, just because like he's gotten the experience to work with Rihanna and all these different things, but doesn't necessarily mean that like that the next person who's maybe not as poppin' doesn't know the exact same answer.
Right. But I mean, I get that. I just you just hate this app.
Yeah, I do hate this app.
Let me tell you why it's not going anywhere. We've talked about this on many episodes, and you dislike it. And we still talk about it.
Well, that doesn't mean that it's not going to go anywhere.
It's not going anywhere.
Well, I don't know, because the reason why I think it will disappear, I think that I feel like its user interface isn't friendly enough. Mm-hmm. You know, it doesn't look appealing enough like a Twitter or like an Instagram. Like, you don't go on there and you want to scroll for hours. Like,
that is true, because it is a different experience. It's almost like listening to a podcast.
No, exactly.
When you're listening to a podcast, you're not actually watching the podcast.
No, exactly.
Well, maybe if you're watching a YouTube video.
Maybe. Like a Joe Rogan show or something, or just any other podcast. But I think that it, like, unless like I see it to make a transformation with its user interface, I think like it's going to be hard, or they're probably going to be bought out by somebody, to basically redesign it. Because I'm pretty sure Instagram or Twitter could be like, yo, let's buy you, and we're going to transform your whole thing to make this like addictive. Because that's the whole thing of social media. That's their whole appeal. They want you to be addicted to the app. Mm-hmm. And like, when you go in there, I'm like, bro, it looks like I'm looking at a syllabus here. Like, but like, these are the things that I can learn. I'm like, I do not want to learn these things. But anyway, that's a side conversation.
We talked about them too much.
Yeah, we do. They need to give us free promo. Or it'd be so funny if they were like, hey, we want to promote you. I'd be like, Jeremy, you do it. I don't want to do it. But, oh, gosh, bro. And they'd be like, why isn't L here? And I'm like, he doesn't like the app. I'm sorry.
Somebody already stole your idea on there and is
See, but like, the sound quality is not good, though.
But there's people tuning in.
Yeah, but like, there's people on YouTube doing it that are way better at it.
But why criticize that platform just because another platform's doing it as well?
Well, I'm just saying because the other platform's doing it better.
I don't know, bro. You's a hater, bro.
I'm not a hater.
Bro.
I just think I'm a visual learner versus audio learner.
Okay.
So that makes sense. I only made like 2 predictions. My third prediction is going to be Taco Bell brings back the Mexican pizza.
Woo! 2021 is saved.
I got it. Another prediction. Mm-hmm. I think that next year we're still not going to be able to leave the country. I think that we're just going to have to be stuck here.
Dang.
I think so, because I think it's going to take a whole nother year before we can actually travel.
I just had a weird messed up thought.
Oh boy, here we go.
You know how people get in boats to come to America, and then they have to do it like under the radar. Imagine people in America getting in boats to try to leave America.
The irony in that. The irony. That's so funny. But you know what? I believe, to be honest, how much you want to bet? You don't have to bet anything, but I was like, how much you want to bet somebody's already done that, like currently?
Wait, so with like illegal immigration, you think there's still a ton of people trying to come to America? Probably, right? You think so?
Of course. Just because they want like a new start in somewhere they feel like they have more freedom to, or they just want to come to a land of opportunity, quotation marks. And they feel like, because this is sold as the American dream. You can do anything, And how many people, I wonder, what's the stat on how many people have tried to sneak into Canada? From America. I wonder how many people would have been trying to get by. That's because a lot of people were trying to leave whenever Trump first.
There used to be places where you didn't even have to check. Like there was a spot, the USA and Canada border, where you could just go over there for a day and nobody even checks on you.
What?
Yeah, I don't know if it's still like that anymore.
Probably not.
But my dad was telling me a story about that. He's like, yeah, you could just drive in Canada. Nobody looks at you like.
What are their officers called? The Mounties or something like that? The guys with the hat.
The Royal.
No,
it is. It's is it Royal Mounties?
Is it?
Hang on, let me do a Google.
They look dope with the
quick.
red jacket and that little belt that comes across.
The funny hat.
Yeah, the hat. And then for some reason I was like, they're on moose, but.
Oh, man on a moose.
But I think they might be Royal Mount. I know they're Mounties.
The Royal Canadian Mounted Police.
There you go. So that's very interesting. I forgot what I was gonna say. Yeah, I think that we're just not gonna be able to fly to these other countries. Man, and I also feel like, I think because of everything that's happened, even once coronavirus is over, I feel like a lot of people are still going to be wearing masks. I think that's going to be a thing that's going to happen from here on out.
I have a weird opinion on this. Okay. I enjoy wearing masks now.
Bro, I'm not going to lie, me too. It's wild, how much, because now that I start to think about it, I'm like, this is actually a smart way to try to prevent from getting sick. That's how I think about it.
I'm going to sound like an asshole.
Oh, boy.
But I don't necessarily want to smile and do small talk. You know, when you see somebody and they do the little smile, it's like a little smile and a nod, and then you have to smile and nod back at them. Yep. Now with masks, we're just
looking at each other.
I just look you in the eyes and then look away. Like, I don't. I'm sorry.
It's okay. You're antisocial. It's okay. I feel you. I'm the same way. I don't like talking too much. I only like talking to people that I like. That's it.
Right.
You know, and it's not a lot of people I like.
Right.
But I think that we're gonna probably keep masks for a whole nother year. And I think slowly but surely people will start to stop wearing masks. But I think that it's gonna be ingrained now because it's become like a part of everyday life. You know. Yeah. And so it's gonna be weird. But yeah. I was trying to think. Was there like one more prediction that I had? D'Angelo's going to come out with a surprise album.
Oh.
In over 5 years.
He's going to do a video naked?
He's going to do a video where he's all clothed. He's over-clothed.
Did you see the tweet saying that song was supposedly about his mother's cooking?
Wait, what?
Hang on. Let me do some Googles real quick just to make sure I'm not an idiot. Hey, go ahead, yo.
Hold up.
The joint, How Does It Feel?
Untitled, How Does It Feel?
How does it feel about his mother's cooking?
How does it feel? And then he's spinning in that slow spinning thing. That made me laugh the most for some reason. Just slowly spinning.
Somebody said that, and then somebody was quoting the second verse, and they were like, no, it can't be true. Okay. So this is an article from Essence.com. I knew I saw this. D'Angelo shares the true meaning of his untitled video. His interpretation of the song may surprise you. It has nothing to do with sex. Most people think the untitled video was about sex, but my direction was completely opposite of that. It was about his grandmother's cooking. Think of your grandmother's greens, how it smelled in the kitchen. What did the yams and fried chicken taste like? That's what I wanted you to express.
Well, then why was he butt-ass naked in the video? Why wasn't the video about being in a kitchen or something? Like, why wasn't it about food?
That really doesn't make any sense.
That doesn't, or maybe, I don't know, maybe it was just some wild times and he was just like, he's just, trying to get the video to go out there.
My grandma's cooking. This is...
Oh, I'm naked. He just made him feel like, I just want to take all my clothes off, But that's hilarious. But maybe D'Angelo will drop another song, But anyway. All right, so that was a look back on some of the moments that happened in this crazy year of 2020. We hope that 2021 is better. Hopefully, I mean, I remember when we said that we were in 2019, we were like 2020 is going to be the year, and boy, were we wrong. But hopefully things lighten up a little bit more and things get better. And hopefully, if you guys got a moment that you felt like we didn't cover, like, how could y'all forget this? Y'all so slow. Just drop a comment.
Just blame E. Don't blame me.
Yeah, blame me. I really don't care. And make sure while you're blaming me, you stream my music so that way I can be like, oh, I heard you. But just drop a comment in our post or the YouTube video, or just, drop a DM at the Not All Here Podcast on IG. Or excuse me, just Not All Here Podcast. And let us know. But now we're going to go ahead and end 2020 the right way that we usually end all of our podcasts, by going into our Not All Here moment. And so I'm gonna let Jetty start.
Okay, mine is basically my high school basketball career.
Okay,
that's the Not All Here moment.
He was a 1 in 12.
I always made the team. I got cut one year. In 7th grade, I got cut, and every other year I made the team. I worked really hard, never got a whole lot of playing time. I was never great. I thought I was good, but we were like a team full of point guards and guards. We were a really short team.
Oh, okay.
So the school I went to was the smallest public school in the state. Okay. Super small school. And my senior year, we actually merged with another school.
Okay.
So my graduating class was only 52 people.
Oh, wow.
And we just merged with another school. Wow. So if we wouldn't have merged, it would have been like 25 people.
Jeez. Holy crap.
Really small school, but I was always on the basketball team. And,
Oh, that was it?
Well, one time I got booed at a home game.
You got booed?
I got booed at a home game.
Wow.
They put me in the game, and I think they put me in for somebody that was doing really well.
Oh, and they're like, boo, why'd you take him out?
Yeah, so I got booed at a home game. And then one time, I was... So we had the ball. It was a out of bounds possession, and I was standing, and then the guy out of bounds he was going to pass me the ball. I was standing like right there, and I looked away for a second.
Oh no!
And the guy threw me the ball. It hit me in the face, and then went out of bounds. And then it was the other team's ball. There were no other players around me. The defending team was like, 30 feet away.
That's hilarious.
He threw the ball to me off my face, out of bounds.
They're like, go JRB.
Really, it's his fault. I mean, how you gonna do a pass just directly at my face, bro? Exactly. Come on, man.
Maybe he was like, man, I'm tired of JRB. Maybe he was upset.
So that's my not all here moment.
That's funny. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, okay. I'm gonna go ahead and go into my not all here moment, which is actually happened last year, the end of last year.
Yeah.
So. It's actually about how my girlfriend Alicia, when we first started dating, how I thought that she was a part of a cult. Yeah, look, listen in, ladies and gentlemen. I'm about to tell you a story here.
You joined?
No, I don't believe in cults. But
you don't believe in cults?
Nope.
You don't think they exist?
No, I just don't believe in what they got.
Oh, okay.
It's just like I think I look at cults the same way. Kind of look at religions. I'm just like, wait, really? Not like the leader or whatever, but I'm just like, some of these people kind of feel like they're not all there.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, so first started dating my girl at the time, or not at the time, now, and we went out. And I was like, wow, she's beautiful, she's gorgeous, oh my God, she bad, okay, whatever. And we start talking, and like, I was never into like, what is it? I'm not very like, I'm spiritual, but I'm not like spiritual, if you know what I mean. People who are like numbers, spirits, stars, and all these things, and this is my first time. She's very much into that. That's like, that's what she is. And I was like, cool, like that's dope. But it was very foreign to me. I was just like, I mean, me, I'm much more logical, and I need, okay, what's the hypothesis? All right, we're about to test this, see if it's true, whatever. I'm very logical. That's why I like science so much and technology, because I'm like, okay, yeah, I can see why this works, whatever. And I remember when we first met, she was talking about the place that she lived.
Right.
And she was like, yeah, I live in this community. And as soon as I said keyword community, and I was like, you live in this community? Who calls the place that they live a community? Like, just like, I've never heard anybody refer to their house as like, we live in this community, right? So I'm like, okay. And she's like, yeah, the guy, I live on this plot of land that this guy owns. And he has like a farm on there. He has animals. And then like I'm listening, and I'm like, wait a minute. This is real suspicious. Like, and I'm like, well, still listening. She's like, yeah, a bunch of people live in like, this one piece of land, and we share things from time to time, or people like, it's like it was just a community. She didn't live in it anymore, but I was like, this is really strange. I've never heard anything like this, because most of the time I'm like, I'm just like, well, you live in a place and you like fuck everybody else. This is like my place. This is my thing. I don't really like sharing like that. So I'm like, okay.
And then you went there and everyone was wearing lime green.
Lime green? No. So I remember she actually showed me around. She's like, do you want to come see like my community? And I was like, Lord, maybe I shouldn't. I feel like my liver or one of my kidneys is going to be gone, and I'm just going to be in a tub of ice, and that's it. And I'm like, of all places, this is going to happen in Atlanta? And I was like, really? This is, the place? So anyway, so she brings me to like the place. It's like in the city, and I'm like, okay. And I look at the neighborhood that the piece of land is on, and I'm like, this looks like a normal neighborhood. And then you get to her place, and then all of a sudden you see like a little farm. I think they had a ostrich, or not an ostrich, an emu. I think they had like an emu.
They have an emu?
They had an emu,
that's
like
amazing.
A goat, and all these things. And I'm like, why do you need an emu?
So what do they do with it?
I never figured it out.
I think you can eat the eggs.
Can you?
I think so.
And so
I could be wrong.
But I was like, why y'all got one emu? I'm like, just one?
I like this place so far.
And so everybody had like their own little like place to stay on this big land, and they had like a farm and stuff. And then they also had like this little circle where they would like I was told, I never went there when they did it, but she was saying that there is where they have like a drum circle, and they get together and they play music and they sing and stuff. And I was like, yo, this is weird as fuck.
And they pray to a deity.
And she was telling me, she's like, yeah, the guy who owns the land, he's so nice. He's like got this long hair, long beard. He wears white. And
Jesus?
I was like, wait a second, this sounds like a dude who's trying to pretend he's Jesus. I'm like, hold up. And so it was so funny. And then after a while, like there came a time where I was just like, okay, now Elias, L. So you have a choice to make. Now you can either continue to see this lovely lady that you like, but run the risk of potentially getting a kidney or a liver taken out. And
so wait, you visited at that point?
I visited at that point.
Did it feel weird?
It did feel weird. And I was like, I don't understand how it exists. Like I didn't understand because I was so used to like what people consider normal. Like I was so used to like, hey, this is my house. Nobody else come in unless I say it's cool.
Oh, so how was the living area set up?
It was like a shared place. So like people could go to a kitchen if they wanted to. They shared a kitchen and all that stuff or whatever. And so I remember I had a choice and I was just like, okay, do you want to keep seeing this girl? I was like, I kind of do want to keep seeing her. I was like, but you're running the risk of potentially missing some organs. And I was like, oh boy.
Join the cult, bro.
No, I never... And then it wasn't, and then so I decided, of course, because we're still together, I was like, okay, I'm going to continue. And then it wasn't until like I brought up this theory that I had in my head to her. She's like, oh no, it's just the dude who just owns the land. He just rents out these houses to people.
Yeah, bro.
And I was like, oh, thank you, Lord. Because I was expecting some dude to come out of a house to be like, my children, you know.
we only howl at the moon every Wednesday just for fun.
Oh boy. It's so weird. Like, I don't know why. It just, to me, it never made sense to live in a community like that. That's just me. Now, nothing against people who do live in a community like that.
Isn't that kind of, don't European countries kind of do, aren't other countries kind of like that? Or am I thinking of like a hostel? There's hotels that are like that, right?
Yeah, I don't like hostels.
I've never been.
Just because I don't like hostels for the simple fact that I don't want to share. And I don't want to be in the same vicinity of other people like that.
I feel like in my 20s, if I was around some energy like that, I might have joined a cult just to see it.
I think what
just
it
to
is,
experience it.
I think probably as my girl would say, it's the Aquarius energy in me or whatever. She'll be like, she's like, you don't like people telling you what to do, and I'm like, yeah, that's true. Because like if a dude was like, this is what you need to do, I mean, get the hell out of my face. Like I ain't about to follow you because I'm like my own leader. And so I like doing. That's why if you ever notice, this is this random side fact. Most of the time, I'm a person that I do an Irish goodbye a lot.
What is that?
Where basically you leave without saying goodbye. And so like most of the time is like, I don't like the having to be like, bye, go to a bunch of people to say bye.
So is that how your family was?
I guess you could say that. Yeah, they were just like, whatever, we're leaving.
That's funny because I'm the exact opposite because the way my family is, literally every time anyone's doing anything, they're like, okay, I'm going here or I'm doing this or okay, bye, I love you. Okay, see you. I'll be back. I'll blah, 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 blah. You know, so that's kind of turned me into that person. So even when I'm about to go do something, if me and you are in a room, I might tell you I'm about to go do something and you'll be like, yo, why the hell did he just tell me that?
Yeah.
I just feel this weird thing in me like, okay, I'm about to go over here.
It makes sense. I could see that. I think for me, it's just too much extra work. I'm like, why are we cluttering this? I was like, man, just like, we're both adults. Like I think for me, it's just like, we don't have to tell each other what we're doing and stuff. But at the same time, I do appreciate the people who do that because I know sometimes I'm like, oh, okay, versus guessing, you know, and being assuming the type of thing. But no, for me, I'm just like, I have countless stories. Like one of my best friends, T Rose, will tell you that there are plenty of times I have left, or like I'll be at a party that's at like my place back in the day, and like I'll just disappear because I'm like, I've had enough interaction with people. I'm going to sleep, but I'm not telling anybody goodbye because I'm too tired and I'm going to go to sleep. And so I'll just like ghost my way out of things. So I tend to do that a lot just because it's easier.
That makes me uncomfortable. Me and you are opposites.
Hey, it's a normal part of life. I mean, why clutter, bro? You know, like my thing is,
I don't think of it as clutter.
That's interesting. You know, for me, I'm just like, you know how I feel. And if you don't, just ask me. It's that simple. And then we'll keep it going. But I don't want to constantly have to tell you, you know.
Feel you. So then you joined the cult and
now I'm actually the leader. No, no, but it was funny. And so I think it was just my imagination. I have a crazy imagination. And I was just like, wait, these people.
Yo, where did that emu go?
Wait a second, there's 12 cats that live on this land? What the hell?
I haven't seen the emu in 5 days.
The emu. Exactly. Wait, there's 3 emu now. What the hell? Oh my God. There's flamingos? But anyway. But yeah, that's my not out here moment. So, well, It's the end of 2020.
2020 is over.
2020 is over.
Good riddance.
I mean, probably when this podcast come out, we still got like 3 days, I think, because it comes out on the 28th, I think.
It might as well be over.
Yeah, it might as well be over. But we want to thank y'all, man, for tuning in to the podcast. This is episode 9 on the road. Oh, man, when we get to episode 10, it'll be 2021. The first episode. We make it to 10.
Yes.
2021. We're excited for like the future episodes that we got coming up. So, because we might start implementing more people, guests to come on the show, and it's gonna be even better. And then we're just trying to grow exponentially and just build up from here. So, man, we hope y'all have a good New Year's. Y'all be safe. Hope your Christmas is great. Hope the rest of the week is great. And if you can, man, whatever platform you listen to the podcast, whether it be Spotify, follow us or like us. And then on Apple Podcasts, make sure that you review us and you subscribe to us, because it really helps us to get out to new listeners and just push the podcast even more, because we're trying to grow. And make sure to follow the podcast on Instagram, which is Not All Here Podcast. Follow our personal page, Cool Ass People, Cool Ass PPL. It's Easy L. It's EASYELL. And then Jetty.
My page is JRB the producer. You can follow me on whatever media you enjoy the best, especially Clubhouse. No, I'm just joking. But also let's make 2021 a great year. Let's bring positivity and all that stuff, man.
Yeah.
Join a cult if you got the opportunity. Just see how it goes.
Oh boy.
Just see how it goes.
Oh boy.
You can always quit.
Can you?
Well, run away as fast as you can.
Run away as fast as you can before they hunt you down. But man, we appreciate y'all, man. We will catch y'all in 2021.
Yeet.
Yep.